Alright folks, got a new vlog coming out at you. Keeping up with the Joneses. Sipping on a little bit of that whiskey, mixing with that coffee, of course. Doesn't make sense to do the whiskey and the creamer. I just don't see the point in that, to be honest with you. Maybe a little creamer inside the whiskey. Then again, hey, whatever floats your boat, whatever your preference may be on this beautiful Thursday morning, coming at you live from the beautiful state of Colorado. Now, in this vlog, we're going to talk about a lot of things. We're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about shooting the shit. We're going to talk about the do's and the don'ts. Preferably the do's and the don'ts of growing up. Preferably the do's and the don'ts of life lessons. The mistakes that you make, the mistakes that you've made, and you've learned from those mistakes. But ultimately, in the end, folks, it's all about how do you live your life. How you feel in Pittsburgh, you know, things of that nature. Talk about Big Boss, Vic Koss. Talk about Kevin Pollak. Talk about him and that thing you do. We talk about movies, we talk about music. We're talking about it all. Now, to bring back to that point, what is that thing that you do? And that thing that you do, it could be as simple as taking that first step out of bed. It could be as simple as taking that first shake after you go to the bathroom in the morning. Or better yet, that first wipe after you go to the bathroom in the morning. Let alone, turn the handle, boom, water's on, boom, you're in the shower, boom, just like that. Rub-a-dub-dub, scrub, 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 clean, clean, you're good to go, and you start your day off fresh with the right mindset. Now, that's not to say that you can't shake your head at the cobwebs, because there's no way of cleaning that out of your head. You can have the mental stability. Put yourself out there, the mental stability to say, you know what, I woke up today. And that's the first start, folks. Hence the reason why you do a little bit of that whiskey, just a little bit of that coffee. Now, you know it's not going to hurt anybody. You know it's not going to hurt yourself. You're not going to endanger the lives around you. But then again, at the same time, you work from the house. It grants you the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. You decide what coffee you want. You decide what whiskey you want. You decide, do I want to go coffee? Do I want to go creamer? Do I want to go whiskey? Do I want to go Bailey's? You know. And we'll get into that as well. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the whiskey. We'll dive a little bit deeper into the choices and what brings you to that path in life. So first and foremost, folks, once again, you're keeping up with the Joneses. You're keeping up with the lifestyle. You're keeping up with the namesake. You're keeping up with a lot of things, folks. But at the end of the day, you're just trying to keep up with reality. And there's a big reality check, especially that slap across the face once in a great while. Kind of wakes you up. And once you've been woken, once you've been shook, all the trees, all the branches, are you that pine cone that stays on, or are you that pine cone that falls off? Only to be another pine cone that falls off the next day. But better yet, you may not even be a pine cone. You might be a coconut. One never knows. And cut you up into little pieces, serve you, put that in your coffee. Whatever your flavor may be, folks. Whatever floats your fancy, whatever gets you going throughout the day. But needless to say, keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the name, keeping up with the sake, keeping up with everything. Now, that's not to say that you can't create your own name. You can't create your own brand. Whatever life throws your way, once again, whether you want to be the pine cone, whether you want to be coconut, you can catch, or you can choose to let it fall, slip right through the cracks of your hands. And the lifestyle and the choice is all about good vibes. It's all about enjoying who you are as a person. It's all about mixing it up. It's all about commingling in this transgender, whatever. Okay, so it's all about that. It's all about just trying to fit in. Whether you want to be a you, whether you want to be a he, whether you want to be a she, it doesn't matter. Be who you want to be in life. Create that for yourself, folks. You know, I can't tell you the number of times I'd go out, live in, Vegas. Grew up there as a child. Spent most of my life there, over a solid 20 plus years. Had a fantastic time out there. Met some good, met some bad, met some ugly, met some beautiful. But at the end of the day, they're people just like you and me. Now you can sit here at the end of the day, question go, well, wait a minute. They're different. They're not the same. They're George Bush here with the hands, the gentified, transgenderfied, it's whatever you want it to be, folks. And end of the day, you're no different than them. We've all got our struggles. We've got our issues, of course. Props to that, of course. And we just try to get through it, make the best of it that we can, folks. So, once again, keeping up with the Joneses, keeping up with the lifestyle, just trying to create who you are as a person, define your own well-being, let alone your own wealth, and put yourself out there, create a namesake for yourself, do what you want to do in life. Don't be defined by what job you have at that moment. You're defined by what? A number? You're defined by a login? Are you defined by your first name? Or are you defined by your employee ID? There's a band, as a matter of fact, speaking of music, Kingdom of Giants, and they reference, they don't care about your well-being, but they only care about your earnings, let alone they don't care about your happiness, they only care about your earnings. Now, obviously, a company, they're going to want to get involved, they're going to want to get to know you on a, first name basis and employee ID basis. So obviously, Bolo, what's your name? I forgot your name. What's your ID? It's the easiest way for anybody. Now, if we were to go through life and be defined as just numbers, let alone like barcodes, speaking back on that Jessica Alba show that she had, where she was just barcode. To be just a barcode, be just a number to somebody. Not even be defined as the guy that she once lost, the gal that you once lost. It's the number that I once had, whether it be a high number, whether it be a low number. And to think that they're going to base it off of, well, the higher number you are, the more important you are to us, the more valuable you are to this company. Now, you could start off in the company and be a 1. But does a 1 really define anything? I figured if you move up in the ranks, boom, you become a 2, a 3, and slowly but surely. You raise up the bar, you become, let alone, you become a million. You're the million in the company, a million to 1, so to speak. So you're that million employee, where the new guy, he's starting off as a 1. Now, is there any chance in hell that he's ever going to surpass and become a million? Yeah, time, effort, diligence, slaving away, slave labor. There you go, Fear Factory. Speaking of that, as a matter of fact. So once again, just define yourself. Just make yourself who you are. Make a name for yourself. Put it out there, folks. Be who you want to be. Don't be who they want you to be. And once again, you're keeping up with the Joneses. You're not trying to keep up with anybody else, but you're keeping up with the Joneses. So be a Jones. Create a Jones in your own world. Put that out there. Stamp your flag into the ground. Climb that mountain of you. Climb that mountain of wealth. Climb that mountain of ownership. Own it. Pride. That is you. You create your own flag. You stamp it. Boom. Now, somebody might come along and try to take that flag from you, but you know what? You put it there first, folks. That is your flag. That is you. Boom. So be the flag in your life. Create that. Climb your own mountain. Don't worry about what other mountains people want you to climb, because once again, it's not about their happiness. It's about your happiness. You got to make yourself happy before anybody else can make you happy. And once you've established that, hey, I've got my flag, it's implanted, it's stapled into the ground, boom, boom, you're good to go, folks. That's it. Just take it for what it is. Make the best out of life, and we will catch you again on the flip side. Once again, we are keeping up with the Joneses. Happy Whiskey Thursday to you, folks.